Alright, hello everyone, and I never would have imagined I would have had to do this video, but unfortunately we have to talk about this, and I really hope that maybe a lot more medical people will get inspired by this article. Well, this op-ed that was written in the New York Times on Labor Day yesterday, and I'm just gonna honestly and brutally say it that I am agreeing with a lot of these doctors, a lot of these people who were uh, former directors of the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC. Let's just face it, RFK Jr. is flat out endangering public health in the United States. You know, I originally wanted him, but now I am honestly regretting it because there's a lot of things that I am not happy with, particularly the situation with the COVID-19 vaccine. And we're going to read this op-ed, and it's a very interesting one. You never would have imagined on Labor Day this would have been printed in the New York Times, but surprisingly, it did. I would have thought maybe they would have done it today, but I guess, maybe people are going to catch up on the news because yesterday was the holiday and whatever. Now, these are 9 former directors of the CDC, so let me give you their names. And they all date back to when Jimmy Carter was president. William Vaj, William Roper, David Shatter, Jeffrey Kaplan, Richard Besser, Tom Frieden, Ann Schmidt, Rod Kolensky, and Mandy Cohen. Now, these are directors that served from Carter, and I think one of them served in the first Trump administration. That was from 2017 to 2021. So, this is very important. You know, they talk about how they served under a lot of presidents. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has done to the CDC and our nation's public health system over the past several months, culminating in his decision to fire Susan Monrez as CDC director. And then what happened to Dr. Demeter? It's just disgraceful. You know, I'm just going to put my own point of view into this. It really, really is that they're trying to look out for the common good of science and for public health in this country. And somehow, look what's happening here. So, the problem is, Secretary Kennedy has cut funding for cancer research, heart attack research, stroke research, lead poisoning injury research, and of course, violence prevention. And I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to mention it because yesterday was Labor Day, I bet he cut public funding to research causes for muscular dystrophy. You know why I'm bringing that up? Jerry Lewis. Anybody remember the Jerry Lewis yearly telethon that just ended 15 years ago? So, he's focusing on unproven treatments while downplaying vaccines, which includes measles, the flu, and of course, coronavirus. He's canceled investments in promising medical research that will leave us ill-prepared for a future pandemic. Alright, they should have put pandemic in there, but he's replacing experts on federal health advisory committees with unqualified individuals who share his dangerous and unscientific views. He's announced the end of support for global vaccination programs, inciting flawed research and making inaccurate statements. And he's championing federal legislation that will cause millions of people with health insurance through Medicaid to lose their coverage. So, again, look at this. This should alarm you. If you are a believer of science, and especially if you're a doctor in this country, a pediatrician, practitioner, whatever, I'm just going to give examples. Shouldn't this make you hit the panic button? Because I certainly think that it would. So, we are downplaying keeping people healthy in this country. So, it's just disgraceful what's going on here. It really, really is. So I'm glad that these doctors wrote this op-ed. Now, here's the crazy things that the AP has posted about factless claims that he makes about autism, which supposedly this week, because again, I'm posting this video on Tuesday the 2nd. Why in the world is he going to make nonsensical claims about vaccine? Again, he's just looking for unwanted attention. So, 10,000 public health workers. Yes. Unhealthy foods. I mean, this guy, it's just crazy. And why is he claiming that autism is an epidemic? This was an article that was posted in April of this calendar year. Okay? Mind you, that's a very alarming state. Why is he calling autism an epidemic? Why? It just does not make any sense. I'm autistic. Even I know somebody with high functioning autism. Using that word is very offensive. Very offensive. He claims, oh, there's no blood or biological test for autism. Genetics, this is research. Okay, research. Been done for many years. Alright, I don't want to get into anything else, but again, he's claiming this is the week we're going to find out what... Is this person making any sense to you right now? Because he's not making any sense to me. So get this. March 11th of this calendar year. That's a very significant date in the history of the world. That's when the coronavirus pandemic begun in 2020. Look what he said. Look what he said. There are adverse events from vaccines. It does cause death every year. The fact of the matter is the measles vaccine, according to the IDSOA, Infectious Diseases Society of America, the measles vaccine is safe in its risk and are lowered to the risk of complications from measles. So, there you go. There you go. I mean, explain why measles cases have gone up in Texas. It's just unbelievable. Ugh. I don't want to get into obesity. That's a whole nother subject. I don't even want to get. It's going to get me even more riled up. Okay. Now, what I want to get into is COVID-19. Is again, let's talk about COVID-19. Because again, we were just talking about, talking about his baseless claims about the coronavirus vaccine. So, what I don't get is recently the FDA just approved the updated COVID-19 shots for adults 65 and older. Now, this is kind of concerning Because my own mom will not be 65 until January. So that's a very scary thought, to think that she may have to wait until January to get a COVID-19 shot if she wants it. Now, my father, he's eligible. He's above 65, so we don't need to get into that. But are they telling me that I can't get it if I want it? I'm just like, why? Why is this happening? Why? Shouldn't be happening in this country. Should be prioritizing health. It's disgraceful. So, this is on the Pfizer website. Read it again. Read it again. Bobby Kennedy, you are an awful human being. I normally don't say that about people. Because again, I'm a good-hearted person. But shame on you. You are a disgrace to your family. You know? This is the same Kennedy family where JFK was president. RFK Sr. was Attorney General, then a senator from New York. What are we doing? Look at this. Now, this is a scary thought, okay? Unavailable in the following states. Prescription required for specific age groups at CVS pharmacies. Going with the... Why is CVS going through with this? Just look at this. Nevada, New Mexico, and Massachusetts are the 3 states. Now, mind you, I don't know, but I know Massachusetts is a blue state. Why are they doing this? This has to be a joke. This has to be a joke. So if I want to get a COVID-19 vaccine without a prescription, I'm just beyond disgusted right now. I'm trying to find that press release just to show you it again. So I am just beyond disgusted. Alright? And now I'm going to have to go to my doctor and try to ask for a prescription now. That means I'm going to have to go to New Hyde Park where my doctor is. And ask for... I'm just like, why? Okay, so let's see what it says here. What makes you eligible? Asthma, blood cancers, chronic kidney disease, disabilities including Down syndrome. So I'm pretty sure that I can do what I did in 2021, prove that I have autism, and I'm pretty sure that I probably could get the vaccine through my doctor, or just get the paperwork, which now it's going to be inconvenient, unless maybe Walgreens has it. Oh, and don't count on Rite Aid, because a lot of them are closing. And by the way, it's a good thing I'm single. I want to mention, if I had a girlfriend that was pregnant, they would recommend it to her. Or a wife. I probably want to wait till next month. Like I've been doing the past couple of years. But still, I mean, this guy is putting us backwards. Then I want to get into this. Synthetic dye. Recently, one of my multivitamins that I take, guess what? The company changed the red coloring on the pill to a bland color. And we know who to point the finger at. This guy. I'm going to put his picture up on a screen. Yeah, it'll be a different thumbnail. So again, I'm disgusted. And again, if you are a healthcare professional in this country, alright, you took an oath to look out for health and for science. And here's the thing. Nobody in the government's going to stop this guy. How would they? And guess what's going to happen? In Texas with the whole redistricting. It's going to enable this guy to stay in. It's a disgrace. And if I gotta do another video about this person making nonsensical claims about autism, then I'm gonna do it. I have every right to be vocal about it. So I made my points clear. I'm disgusted. And, you know, I am very disappointed in RFK Jr. If you support this guy, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, there are better people in this country that are better at running the HHS right now than this guy is. Or the CDC. Just unbelievable. No wonder they forced out Anthony Fauci. It's all a big coup for this guy. I'm done. I'm done for now. And believe me, when this guy makes up nonsensical claims about autism, you know I'm going to be back here. Because somebody has to stand up and say this guy is too much and he's endangering the welfare for the health of this country right now. And again, I want to mention thank you to all these doctors right here. I'm going to put their names right here. I want to thank them very much for pointing attention to this. Obviously, I'm not the biggest fan of the New York Times because I know a lot of people on Wall Street read the paper. A lot of snobs read it, but at least I'm glad that they posted this because it had to have been said at some point by people in this country that actually do care for the well-being of our health and just don't believe that this person is the right guy going forward, because he's not. So that's it. Thank you for watching.